that, but not with the amount of storytelling that was lacking. That's what's really sad about it. So, now that Warmind is coming up, I've got 4 looming questions ahead of us. Will there be continuity errors or retconning of any kind? Will the campaign be long enough, and will it contain content that's reused? Will the campaign be too convoluted to tell a compelling story? And will important characters not get the fanfare that they deserve? That last one is something which relates to news that we've recently seen. So let's start from the very top and talk about retcons and continuity. What issues do we have in Warmind so far, if any? Well, from the outset, we have a few problems. First of all, there's a bit of a problem that starts with Rasputin and Charlemagne. Namely, have they changed the role of Charlemagne since the outset of Destiny? It's been kind of well understood throughout the lore community that Charlemagne was the Warmind of Mars. The Ghost even states that there was a Warmind of Mars in a story mission, which I'll play for you right now.
This AI once connected to the Warmind of Mars.
And in addition, Ares aims that there were multiple Warminds.
Rasputin is the last of the Warminds. They were the greatest defense systems ever devised. A massive network of satellites and doomsday weapons built to protect humanity. Hota's army gathers near one of the Warmind's hidden bunkers. We cannot let the Hive destroy Rasputin, or worse, control him.
If we needed even further proof, the Sleeper Simulant Icos Corps required us to capture a warsat in a public event on Mars, which was an objective that contained codes referencing public events that required warsats on Earth and the Moon as well. Earth and the Moon both reference Rasputin. The Warmind for Mars is referenced in the Mars mission. Charlemagne versus Rasputin. To context that, Charlemagne is a known entity, and they're known as a Warmind. However, new lore Risk has indicated that Charlemagne is a submind, and that Rasputin, the Warmind of Earth, might be physically located on Mars and was the only Warmind that ever existed. This, needless to say, runs completely counter to what we learn in Destiny 1 through both the Grimoire and the game itself. Not to mention, there's this whole point about Rasputin and the Warminds being first among equals, and whilst Rasputin was called the Tyrant and was supposedly more powerful, he was equal to his other Warminds. Primes inter pares is a very well understood principle when it comes to the power of Warminds. So yeah, to all Destiny fans, that's not good. There's some continuity problems there. Now could this be rectified? Yes, actually, it sort of has and sort of hasn't, and not in a very satisfactory way initially. The new lore tidbits that have been dropped indicate that there was a little ignorance within the game universe itself. In short, Tyra Khan indicates that we all believed that there were multiple Warminds, and that we in the game were actually mistaken in believing that there were multiple Warminds, and that in fact it was only one Warmind, and everything else was a submind. So, yeah, it's a retcon, sort of, but not really. It's an in-universe retcon. It's a, oh, we discovered new knowledge, but also sort of let's change it. I don't like it, especially after what's happened with Ball of Osiris Issue 2. This does feel like Bungie rewriting canon instead of respecting it. Whether that's the case or not is a question that has to be removed from the emotional response of the community, and I will admit also myself. But Bungie should at very least note this response all the same. People hate it when their long-established notions within the law are challenged because those long-established notions aren't just based
well, because I was giving me some food. I didn't know you DC'd.
I'm gonna make some head.
Yeah.
I didn't know you until just now.
Yeah, so I had no clue that you DC'd.
Well, know how I DC'd?
How?
I got a notification on my phone. Yeah, shit. Didn't accept me on invite.
Now they might still be able to make this.
For what?
Did you get an invite?
No.
I'll reserve judgment for the moment because we don't have the expansion
Funny.
in our hands.
They didn't send you a party invite.
With things generally right now, just as Bungie is.
Oh well.
Next up, regarding strikes.
I think they're being a little biased on this.
Really hope this isn't the case. Just don't do it. The These strikes have a chance to be unique stories that really shine through and tell us more about the
Darius is in there.
They are
Mitch is in there, and some other person's in there.
They're an integral part of the general Destiny experience and of the core gameplay. It's not acceptable to recycle things like
Barry's
this.
not in there. That's like the only real reason I would hop in there for a few seconds
extra for you to have
Barry.
And yeah, maybe that comparison isn't perfect.
Just to tell him that
start to see what I mean.
once
It's expected by this point that the strikes and
Andy wakes up, that
should be
he'll tell her to invite him.
The strikes should have their own story. Next up,
No, wait, I don't think she would mind Barry being invited anyway.
In terms of story. The story of the
but we don't know. We don't.
Worked because of the simple principle of keep it simple.
Of all the people that you could invite, I think Barry would be the only exception.
But we knew why we were doing them, because of an end goal in that expansion. A simple
Just
one.
because she usually invites him in.
In Warmind thus far, I'm not
Like,
sure
of
the
all the people
objective.
that she could talk
Am I
to.
helping Anna Bray recover her
It's
past?
Barry.
Am I trying to defeat Sol, the worm god? Am I trying to recruit Rasputin back to the city's side? Am I trying to unlock
wait
the
until
secrets of the golden
Bank
age?
Souls
All
drops.
of these are themes they're playing with, but we don't really know.
Oh, we're gonna go old school.
Now again, the expansion could feel
It's too bad you don't have Bank Souls too, dude.
That'd be really good.
I know.
However, this feels eerily similar to what happened with
not
Rise
that.
Iron, which
I
had
have
similar
a-
problem.
I have a
Am I trying
second
to become an Iron Lord? Am I trying to find out what Siva is?
Ultra
Am I trying to
Greatsword,
stop the fallen
just sitting in
slices,
my
or am I
inventory.
just here to help Saladin avenge some fallen Iron Lords? Which one is it? Because I sure as hell didn't know until the end of Rise of Iron, and even then I was kind of a little confused. In short, choosing one plot point to have everything revolve around
Get
is
up on
the
Uncle's
most
desk.
important thing they need to grasp. Choose one, have everything else be secondary and feed into it. For example, imagine a plot that is all about Anna Bray reclaiming her past.
Alright.
You can totally
Don't forget,
have the need to stop
Tizzy,
Sol
our
from
last,
destroying
PvP.
Rasputin as
I know.
a massive metaphorical barrier to
So we
Anna's
gotta make it
answers.
epic.
Yeah, you can totally do that. And by extension, we can totally recruit Rasputin.
How epic do you want it?
Because maybe he wants to thank us for
You know
saving
what?
him. and
What?
Maybe he realizes that
I'm
he needs
gonna
to
make
fight for
it
us.
such a
And we can
struggle.
also, in the process,
Oh,
discover
I
more
love
about
it.
the Golden Age. But the entire thing needs to be focused on a
I gotta do
compelling
that
question
one
and a
again.
compelling reason to do what we're doing.
Then let me get a different sword for me to use then.
Have to stay.
Than what I was going to use.
Could that happen? Sure.
They're gonna laugh when you see what I'm about to use.
Completely happen. But again, I'm reserving judgment for right now.
This is how much of a fucking badass I
I
am.
want to touch on one other point of particular importance. Not
You know, when you hit that peak of
this is
badass
something
rate,
that
you're like,
guts when I
you're a
first saw
badass,
it,
but then you like
because
say fuck it and go
apparently he's
beyond
just a
that.
Now, there are some people who are going to ask, why does this matter? Well, it matters because he's literally the right hand of Oryx, and his name was purposefully struck from the world's grave according to the new law
What?
we got.
Is that extra
He is
sound
a
I hear?
very important character as a result.
What?
Or was
He's
that
literally
just
the
you?
lost son of a
It's just
god
me.
that made a pact with another god because he was
I thought I
exiled from a
heard
family
Andy.
of fellow gods. His brother was a god, his sisters were gods, his dad was a god.
Oh well.
You get what I mean? His story has the potential to be something awesome.
I came
and
back to
unique.
be
He has the potential to
told
be an
that I was
amazing
spotted?
character.
By
But
who?
here's the
Where are
problem.
these blue
With him
motherfuckers
being
at?
this huge story element that's worthy of being a main
How
villain
dare
of an expansion or
They don't know the
great boss,
struggle.
we see that instead he's just a strike boss.
Struggle is
Now, for
real.
context, every other one of the members of his family,
You'll be surprised to see what
bosses,
I'm
or
using.
bosses, or both.
Huh,
And
They're gonna laugh when you see what I'm
sons
using.
don't count. Because your strike had some
If it's what I think it is, then we both probably have the same
This is a
idea.
huge deal inside of the whole community.
What do you think it is?
Don't know who Nocris is. Don't look into this stuff. It doesn't matter to them. But does
That's
it
not
matter
what I was
to
talking
the general
about.
canon of Destiny's universe?
I said
Is it
epic.
a missed opportunity if Nocris is just a strike boss?
But
It is.
then what did you have in mind?
Set up in a way where he could be all
Why don't you look at what's in my
sorts of
hand?
enigmatic lost son
What is
of
it?
disappointed Oryx. The question is why? Did he rebel against his father? Did he fail to fight some kind of impossible challenge? Was it because he's now allied with Sol?
Really? So you're allowing shields this time. I'm not, if I'm not mistaken.
Because there is so much
Nope.
potential there.
All
What?
of it
Yes,
still.
Nocris is
All of
someone
it still
that just dies
just
in the strike.
straight up swordplay.
Could
Okay.
him only
Let's see here.
Fire gods.
because to the
Are you
Hive,
changing
death is a
weapons, or
very
are
relative
you-
thing, and if Nocris has a throne
sticking with that,
that can
or
come
you-
back and serve a greater purpose in future stories.
Did you pull
In
out a
addition,
broken sword?
some of the Activision press packs
Yeah.
actually seen as an NPC.
Let's see how this goes. And the battle.
Interact with him somewhat, which would be
I don't know.
an appropriate way to
How's this gonna go?
strike boss. How that will happen, I genuinely don't know. So yeah, Bungie can still salvage this into something awesome, but steal an equal chance that
first
this
blood,
will be
drawn.
wayside and be a massive missed opportunity. So with all that said, I hope you guys understand why I'm trying for war and
Quite shocking, that is.
more generally.
It is, isn't it? Oh. I see your flame. Did I raise you? What's this thing? This is gonna be the most epic battle here.
Because we care about things like issue 2.
God, the fight is so real. Oh, very nice.
First of all, I want to say that this matters a whole lot more than just because of veteran
I'll tank your head. You get back here and pay this electricity bill, damn it.
This is why accuracy matters, because the more impacts the part of the game that most players will actually
Hey, wait, Dragon. You're the heating, I'm the air conditioner. Oh, God. There's so many parts for this. Don't you hit me again. Get back here.
No continuity questions, period. Secondly, to highlight
See, there you go. Hit and run. I see you.
GG indeed.
Best fight right there. Best fight.
What she was wearing in the trailer for Warmind.
Oh god, that was great.
Later explained
I really need to upload that.